Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel and our Simple Abundance year with Sarah Ban Beathnach's book, Simple Abundance. I hope that you're doing well, hope that you're staying well. I have a kitty in the background that may or may not poke her head out or talk to us. She's thinking about it. So today is March 31st and I am going to talk about this entry, plus I'm going to backtrack to February 28th because I had skipped over that one. Because one of Sarah's tools this year, we've learned about a lot of them, right? We talked about the Illustrated Discovery Journal, the gratitude exercises, we talked about creative excursions, and the toy box, and the hope chest, and the someday box. There's a lot of them. Yes. And I told you that I wasn't really super thrilled with her new one that she's introduced in the new version of the book, which is the caution closet. And she did tell us initially in February that we were going to be adding to it every month, and I just sort of glossed over it because I just didn't want to deal with it, and I don't like to live my life in fear. But I've changed my mind because we are in some crazy uncertain times, and I think there can be something to be said for the peace and the order of knowing that you have things organized and all together should you need to make a quick evacuation of your home. So back in February, the first few things that she told us to gather were the vital records that we would need. Like, there's a list: birth certificate, marriage, divorce, adoption papers. Okay, and a kitty for sure. And you know, what's not on the list here is some pet food, which would be good to put into your caution closet too. You gonna be in the video? In addition, wills, banking information, powers of attorney, insurance papers, deeds or leases, copies of credit cards, auto registration and car documents, social security cards and papers, passports, visas, green cards, income tax files for the last 3 years, and medical records. And it's not a bad idea, oh my goodness, it's not a bad idea to digitalize some of these as well and have them on a zip drive or Google Docs. She's so cute. You're so funny. She says when you're done with this enormous project, keep these in clear folders and discs or thumb drive and put them in a backpack that is used only for this information, and keep the backpack inside a closet that's closest to the door that you would exit from. She just mentioned some updated things about how you can email copies of things to yourself, but I would be very cautious about emailing yourself your credit card numbers and social security numbers and such. You want to be the star today? All right, and then today's entry is another thing for the preparedness at home, which is to create a first aid kit, which I think is a great idea because especially now where we are needing things like face masks and gloves and other things like that, if we had those already, then it wouldn't even be an issue, right? So just like you did with your vital papers last month, she says, we'll begin compiling family health records file as well. So she did mention the medical records on that last list of things. But this one is for getting things together, like your vaccinations, like when you had them, emergency numbers, like for your doctors and your emergency contact people, medical consent forms and other documents and things like that, And stuff about your health insurance would be good as well. And then as far as putting together a first aid kit, she talks about, and I'm sure you could Google like what should be in a first aid kit. I know that you can even buy pre-put together first aid kits, but she mentions other things like feminine products and bug spray, sunscreen, blood clotting agents, having a splint and a sling, a tourniquet, things like that. The Mayo Clinic reminds us probably the only mistake a traveler can make is not having a first aid kit with them. So that's a good point, having like a little one that you can also grab to put in your suitcase if you're going to be traveling. So those are the things that Sarah is getting us started in our caution closet. And I like her idea of there being a backpack. And like I said, if you have a kitty or a dog, then you may want to have some food in there as well in case you had to be running out the door, and you'd want to have food at least until you could get it at the next stop or whatever. I hate thinking about these sort of emergency things, but I was thinking I'm not going to just totally overlook it with the world that we're in right now, because really anything could happen. So what do you think? Are you maybe already organized like this? And I will say I do have a lot of my important papers together in a particular drawer. But I did read a book a long time ago that suggested that you do make copies of all the things in your wallet too, just in case you ever were to lose those things. And then you'd at least have copy. Now, this is decades ago, so now you could actually scan them and then have them on a disk drive. I think that's a great idea. And probably keeping that outside of your house, maybe if you have a safety deposit box, that would be good. And in fact, it's not a bad idea to have your vital records in something like a fireproof little safe sort of suitcase thing that they sell, so that, I mean, I was really thinking I should have something like that where my important things are in something fireproof like that. So heaven forbid if there is a fire, that at least those things survive, because trying to get your records and everything redone from scratch would be complicated. And also things, I don't think it was on there, I think it said insurance, but things related to your car, like your title to your car, and really any of those things, as long as you, I think as long as you could show the copy of it in worst case scenario, that they would work with you if there was a fire or something. But a safety deposit box is never a bad idea as well. It's just that that's not always accessible if it's in a bank and you can only get in during the times when the bank is open. So anyway, what do you guys think? Let me know. Let me know if you feel like this would give you a little bit of peace to have these things all put together. I guess it would be like if your will isn't updated or you don't have a living will or healthcare proxy. Those are things that you can do, and you can even get like a disc or something at Staples nowadays, or there's probably downloadable files that you can modify easily from the internet these days to have those things updated. So let me know what you think. Tomorrow we're going to be starting off April. It's going to be a fresh slate for a new month. I'm ready to start a new month. I don't know about you guys. I bet you are too. And we'll go over the joyful simplicities. And, oh, I wanted to tell you that I have some grass budding. I have some cat grass that's coming for you. So I'll keep you posted on how the cat grass is going, but it has started to sprout just a little bit, and that was only, 2 days ago? So it does grow really fast. I hope you've given it a try. Let me know if you're working on your closet clean out and what you might be working on now. And I am thinking of you all, hoping you're well, and I hope you can stay home if you're able to right now. We can flatten the curve, as they say. So I will see you next time on the next video. Love you all. Bye.